Hello, family. Welcome to my channel at Mabos Entertainment. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I'll be talking about Andile Ncube's conversation that he had. There's a clip that is circulating around. I just want to touch a few things that he mentioned and just say my views about it. Okay. Andile Ncube was talking to DJ Spectacular, right? And there are a few points that I made out here so that I can touch base on them. Okay, he's talking about that he had a crush on his mother's friend. That's the first crush that he had. Okay, so speaking about that, because he's talking about maybe he would have been 10 years old that time. So it wasn't really crush, but it's somebody that he admired. So I'm just saying that there are many things that we do as parents, exposing our kids to certain people or certain circle of friends. So we should really be mindful what we're doing to our kids, because if Andile says that some of the things that he's doing right now was influenced by the group of or a company that his mother kept, because he was always around his mother. So it means, or he's teaching us that really, whatever that you're doing, you must be mindful what you're doing in front of your kid, or with what are you do, or things that you do around your kid, right? Because he's stating that his mother was a teacher, so she'd have this group of friends that they'll go around with, and then he'd be part of it, because now I believe that these people helped out with sitting him or making sure that when his mother is not around, they step in and become that comfort to him, or they make sure that he's well taken care of. Okay, that is number one. And she said he believed that when they say a child is raised by a village, it means just that. Because whatever that he was doing at that age, there'd be some people who would come and get involved, very hands-on on his life. As I was saying, that means his mother kept a company that was strong at the time for him to be able to experience that love of women. Because when he speaks about the affection of women, you can see he's glowing, because now he really received lots and lots of love from that. And then he did touch the base about his style. I mean, for the longest time, Andile Ncube had some dreadlocks. He was rocking them, and as he was saying, they were neat. So he was so mindful of the appearance that he kept, because of these people who are influential to him. He goes as back as saying that he believes that he did his manicures when he was about 10, that early. So the grooming guy is on point and is always on point. I haven't seen him lanking and, showing some, I mean, he's always on point. So it shows that where does this one come from? Okay, he did share that one. And they were asking him about the marriage part. Will he ever get married, because he's a divorcee right now? And he says, yes, definitely I will get married if I happen to get a right girl. So he is open to being married. So bachelorette, yes, there's a bachelor. So Andile is still available in the market. So if you think you can stand a chance, I think you should go for it and then try and see if you can get him or what. Okay. So he says, when talking about out never, no, he addressed that part of, the people who would say, I'd never, I'd never. So even if something great comes your way, because you made this promise to yourself that I'd never, you'd rather leave the thing you'd rather let a thing go, just because you made a promise to yourself that I'd never. So you miss out on a lot of things he mentioned that some people miss out on a good love just because they promised themselves, I'd never marry a girl with a or date a girl with a child. And then which of when it comes to that, yes, I've came across many guys who speak highly of that they never touch a girl with a child. But I believe it comes with the age thing, because as you grow up, there are things that matters and there are things that don't matter anymore. The way that you felt when you were 18, 19, 20, 21 is not necessarily the way that you're going to feel when you're 25 to 30, right? So I believe that one, yes, it's an open discussion about the preference of a person. If you say that highly, I mean, why would you aim when you're sitting at home thinking you are this 18-year-old and then you're thinking, when you're counting, okay, or fantasizing on thinking, I'd like to marry a girl with one child or two children. Yes, I'd like to marry a divorcee. No, obvious, that's not a priority because you are at the stage that doesn't allow you to think like that, right? But when you're 30, obvious, you're like, okay, I'm 30, I don't have a child, probably you're a guy. Let's talk about that because we're addressing a guy's matter here. You're sitting home, I'd like to marry a girl. So a 20-year-old girl when you're 30 is probably the youngest to you. So close to maybe 25. My chance of getting a girl that is 25 who never had a kid, chances are slim. So you know that your priorities are no longer the same as when you were 20. Now you're 30. Marrying a girl with a child probably will be in your suitability, because right now you are in a certain age and then you understand things differently, right? So you're a bit matured. So he did touch on the light-skinned girls or versus dark-skinned girls, that when you are a boy child, not necessarily that you don't agree, but most of them, they don't fantasize about having a girlfriend that is dark skin. So we've heard about that one. It's the same as when you really old people, when they get older. When you see a granny that is dark skin versus a granny that is whitish in skin, most people would prefer a granny with lighter skin than a darker one. Hence, the darker ones, you'd hear they are accused of being witches and all that. But when you light skin, no, you're not a witch, and it's just showing the maturity. I mean, it's all about that. So he was saying that he was making an example that maybe when he was a little bit younger, he didn't prefer dark-skinned girls. But I mean, now he's grown, he understands better. So it means it doesn't matter now because of the age that he's in, I believe. That's why he doesn't even prefer which skin are you in or what. So he was just addressing the state of mind that you keep yourself in prison in. When you can keep yourself in prison with your own mind, just because you tell yourself that, okay, this and this will never happen. Even if you're given an opportunity to explore that, but you already set yourself aside to say, no, I will never explore this one. I'll never touch this one. Although even if that time it's working for you, but because you already made a vow with yourself, that now it's very, very, very hard and sad when you're making a vow with yourself, because there's some things that you have to let go of, but you don't want to, just because you made a vow, and you're missing out just because you made that vow. Yes, there are things that are worth making vow of, that you just tell yourself that, what, I'll go to this mile. Beyond this one, I'm not coming, I'm not doing it. And then that's why I'm saying that most of the time when you're setting these boundaries for yourself, you really have to be careful which one is really working for you when you're saying that you are putting a boundary into something, or you're making a vow towards something. So some of the people, they do really lose in life just because, they just set themselves boundaries. It's like when you have a fight with a friend, example, and your friend, you tell yourself, no, I'll never call her, or I'll never call him. Now time goes, you hear, this person is in need of a friend. They need somebody to come, especially you as your friend. Just because you promise yourself that I will never be the one who's starting the conversation with a phone call or whatever. You're missing out. This person is normal. And you're sitting there alone and thinking, only if. So this thing of us having regrets in life and stuff like that, some of them are perpetuated by the fact that we did tell ourselves that I'd never, so you made that vow. So yeah, thank you, family, for watching this video. I went beyond time. I didn't intend it to be so long. Thank you very much for watching. So just keep safe. Bye for now.